So now that we got the basics of our insurance under control, I want to talk really briefly about an issue that we run into a lot with a lot of customers here, and that's, should I use my insurance or should I go self-pay? And the answer always isn't as cut and dry as you might seem, because in some instances, going self-pay can actually be more affordable and make more sense than going through your insurance. That seems counterintuitive, but as an example, especially if you have a super high deductible and your estimated cost per visit is more expensive than our self-pay rate, it might make sense to go with self-pay. Now, where you need to be careful with that is understanding that if you're going to be seeing us for a while and going towards self-pay, that doesn't go toward any of your deductibles or out-of-pocket maxes or anything like that. So again, we're planning long-term. If something bad were to happen and you spend all this money on PT or any other provider on a self-pay rate, let's say you're going to another provider that they don't accept insurance, they only do self-pay. You need to understand that none of that is going toward your insurance plans, deductibles, out-of-pocket maxes, all that stuff. So in some situations, you're paying all this money each paycheck to have insurance and basically not using it, paying more money out of pocket. Now, where this gets a little more confusing, just to kind of make your head explode a little bit, is on the self-pay, you can use those HRA, HSA, FSA accounts that we talked about before to pay for any self-pay medical provider. So again, you just need to kind of do the math and say, does it make sense for me to pay more each visit on my insurance going toward a deductible that you might not hit versus maybe, and this is plan specific, going a little bit cheaper out-of-pocket cost to you, the consumer, going self-pay, but understanding it does not apply to any of your medical bills, insurances, deductibles, out-of-pocket maximums. That was a lot. There's a lot of information right there in terms of the specific terms, understanding your insurance, how it applies to you, what makes the most sense for you. The big takeaway is just know what your insurance is offering you. Know and understand that your premiums are going to be what it costs you every paycheck just to have that plan. Your deductible is what it's going to cost you to use that insurance before insurance pays anything. So you have to pay that deductible before insurance pays anything. Your out-of-pocket max, the most money it will cost you per year in out-of-pocket medical expenses. Once you hit that, everything is covered at 100%. The other terminology is the co-insurances, the co-pays. Read into that as much as you can. The big thing I would say to you is ask questions. Ask your HR department, ask a coworker, even ask us at Direct Performance Physical Therapy. We do this stuff all the time. We understand insurance more than the average person. We can help you if you have questions. So do your due diligence. Make sure if you have a provider that you really like, make sure they're in network. Make sure it's not too expensive. Make sure it makes sense once you have insurance to use your insurance versus going self-pay. All things that we can help you with. You can send us a message, you can give us a call, and we might be able to answer some questions for you. I would definitely recommend talking to someone in your HR department at work to make sure that they can help you out and that you're picking the right plan. At the end of the road, do what's right for you financially, for what your plan is, for how much you use your medical expenses. The right plan for you is out there. Just do your research and ask questions.